Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Gas Masks and Hand Grenades. I'm your host, Jeff. It's been a little bit. It's been a minute. I guess the last thing that we did on my channel was the Maryland Death Fest pre-fest show about 3 weeks ago. And that's a good segue because we will be doing the follow-up, which is the postscript, as it were, which I'm dubbing the Baltimore Carnage. I know, well, a lot of thought went into that. The Baltimore Carnage, which is the retrospective of Maryland Death Fest, which happened now coming up tonight. Yesterday was actually 2 weeks. That's almost impossible to believe that it was 2 weeks ago, but yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, and in fact, tonight being Thursday, it's 2 weeks tomorrow that I started feeling sick. Friday night, the 23rd, down in Baltimore, after the night's performances, I got back to our hotel room and I was like, it was not doing so hot. And so from that point forward, my month and that particularly the last 2 weeks got a little rough. I think I'm finally on the mend. I never quite know with my situation, my nervous system situation, my overall health situation. I can never bank on things being normal. How I respond to a virus or a bug or an infection is very different than how most people do. And so I got hit with the monstrously intense MDF post fest, although for me it was, like I said, during the fest, crud in my head and my lungs. And today's kind of the first day I started to feel sort of normal, but I had that one or two other days where I thought I was on the mend, and then I wasn't. So I kind of took a step back. But I think today I kind of finally started feeling it leaving my chest. So let's hope so. But that brings up a point that this Saturday night, June 7th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be convening here again on my channel to talk about the Maryland Death Fest from many different perspectives. We've got Jimmy from Future Ruins and Than. Jimmy and Than and I roomed up. He'll have to tell you the name of the hotel. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. But anyways, nice hotel. It was a walk again, but that's kind of what you got to take when you're going into it later. The ones closer to the Inner Harbor are pretty expensive. Hey, buddy, how you doing there, Mick? I'm gonna try this. We'll throw this up on the screen. Man, I guess nobody's watching, Mick. You're the only guy, so I guess nobody gives a flying fuck anymore. But anyway, yeah, we stayed about 7 blocks away, give or take, and then my car was was parked another 4 to 5 blocks away, and it's had some difficult times with my body and my legs, in particular, giving me a hard time at the fest. But I made it. I made it through. Got horrendously sick, but I made it through that. So I'm here, and we are going to recap the fest. Again, it's Jimmy from Future Ruins, Than, our buddy Than, and their buddy, and my buddy too, James. That was the 4 of us that kind of were palling around quite a bit. In addition to that, Jam and John and Necrotic Nick from Thralls of Metal were there. They hung out with us quite a bit as well, or we hung out with them. It's kind of a weird thing though. When you get to the fest, you often don't just stay with the group that you're hanging around with. Hey Ryan, yeah, I'm coming around, man. It's day 13, so I mean, since I really got sick, it's about day 10, but I'm finally coming around. Um, thought it was COVID for sure. 4 tests said no, so just a really bad lung head scourge. But also, Wyatt X Him is going to be joining us. He was with us last year on the pre-fest thing that we did, I think, on Jimmy's channel. So it's cool to have Wyatt here. Wyatt and I ran into each other. I don't remember which day, Friday night maybe, and had a nice long chat. And so it's cool that he's going to be joining us. At least that's what he's told me. So I'm hoping he shows up. And so there's 7 of us, and I'm hoping. Hey Wade, what's up, dude? I'm hoping that. Oh, I forgot it's over there. You can see it. I'm hoping that we have a couple drop-ins, possibly some dudes that I hung around with while I was there and ran into, and a lot of really nice people that came up to me and Jimmy, and obviously Nick and John. They had quite a few people come up, buy me beers, be extremely, you know, uh, nice about the podcast or the YouTube show. So appreciate those guys. In particular, Dr. Paul. We'll get into that story Saturday night because he's helped me greatly with a dermatological problem I have as a result of my peripheral neuropathy. That was like, wow, this was amazing that happened. So more about that story on Saturday. I don't want to make this about MDF. Most of what I'm going to show tonight, I picked up over the last 4 weeks in traveling to New York, to Baltimore, to DC, to San Francisco, back to Baltimore. Um, Primarily, it's Amoeba San Francisco stuff, and which I was out in San Francisco from the 16th until the 20th. No, 21st. Yeah, 21st. I flew back from California, got in at like 11 a.m. or no, 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, slept about 13 hours, got up and went to MDF the next day. So it was kind of crazy. Um, but yeah, most of the stuff is from Amoeba San Francisco and also from the Soundgarden down in Baltimore and Fells Point, of which I made 2 journeys to. A little bit from, let's see, really only one thing that I got at the fest as far as CDs or vinyl, and I'll show that tonight, then show it again on Saturday night. Only one. Got a lot of shirts. Most of my budget was for shirts, which I'm not going to show tonight. I'll show on Saturday night. I think I got 9 shirts at MDF, and most of them I got on the last day, or next to last day and last day. So anyway, yeah, we'll go into some of those stories and regale you with tales of debauchery and all that kind of crazy stuff. What happened there? That's weird. Hold on one sec. Sorry. I lost my light here. We'll regale you with those tales on Saturday night when we do the Maryland Death retrospective, Baltimore Carnage, and we're gonna get into CDs and LPs that I've procured. And yeah, there are some stuff. I got some stuff from Nameless Grave. I got some stuff from Darkness Descends. Darkness Shall Rise, excuse me. And also from Bezos's Empire. I hate to admit, I sometimes buy there. It's the cheapest place to get stuff. So, all right, we'll get started with CDs and go from there. So, this is an Amoeba pickup from. I should say that the day that that my buddy Chuck and I, hey Metal Kev, hey dude, nice to see you. Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm putting together a video and picture, whatever you call those things, like fucking A, man. Hold on. Ugh. Not sure what happened there. That's really weird. putting together a photo montage and hopefully some videos in there. If you haven't seen some of the stuff that I've uploaded not all, but many, probably 2/3 of the MDF footage onto the YouTube channel. And I still need to upload. God, what else do I need to put up? I need to put up. Don't tell me that, Wade. God damn it! You should not tell me that stuff. I do need to get that the most recent Dusk album and CD if they have it. They did not have Majestic Talon Ruin, which I have ordered, and it won't be here till Friday, I think. That's coming from Shadow Kingdom. Didn't make the cut, so yeah, I need to steer clear of sales on distros right now, big time, because I went way overboard at MDF in San Francisco and all the other shows that I went to. Just to run this down, I don't know if anybody knows, but starting on May 1st, I went to New York City to see Obscura and Atheist, the Shredfest tour. On the 3rd, I went to Philadelphia to see Love with Johnny Eccles with Rick, my buddy Rick. On the 8th, I went to Baltimore to see Tormentor and Diva. On the 11th, I went to see. There's another one in there that I missed. Oh, the 11th, I went to DC to see Wolves in the Throne Room and Emperor for the first time. And then on the 13th, I went to see Enslaved and the Infinity Ring, I think they're called, in New York City with Surge. Then on the 15th, I went to Baltimore to see Testament. And the 16th, I caught a jet out to San Francisco, and I saw Agalok and Emperor on Saturday night, the 17th. And on Sunday, the 18th, I saw Shredfest again, got to hang out with the Atheist dudes. And then I flew home, and I started Maryland Death Fest. And I was going to go see Paul Bearer on the 30th or the 4th, and I just was too sick. So I do have 3 shows, maybe 4 planned for June, but going to be a skint month, man. It's going to be a skint month. Really going to be, money is super fucking tight. So anyway, back to the CDs. So this is one of the things I got. These are a couple I got at Amoeba. And, of course, I have this on vinyl. This is Marissa Nadler's latest album, but she just announced she's dropping an album in August, which I'm super excited about. First track sounds amazing. It's Marissa, man. It's going to be killer. Can't remember the name of the new album. Something Radiation, I think, or Radiating. But this is a Path, the Path of the Clouds. Beautiful, haunting, folky doom. That's Marissa's stuff. As I say, I have this on vinyl already. So, that's it was to have for the car. And it was a great price. So there you go. The only 2 new CDs I bought out in San Francisco were these 2. Infernal Majesties, None Shall Defy, Canadian Thrash, kind of a legendary album, of course. Really nice. I think this is High Roller. Yeah, High Roller reissue. It's really good. This has some demos, I believe. No, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. I thought it had demos on it, but no. Not sure when this came out. I don't know where my phone's at, so I can't read. This is 2016 reissue. So I needed this one, and I'm glad I got it finally in the fold. What do I do with that other one? Okay. Another one I got from them. This was the only other non-used CD I got. I got one album, which luckily made it here. I'm a little pissed off here, I think. Hold on. I don't know what happened, but the poster for this album is missing, and that's weird because I didn't take it anywhere that I recall. Shit. So also a High Roller reissue, Metamorphos from Sortilege. I have all their stuff on vinyl, but I really wanted to get the CDs. This has the American version, the American English version, and also the French version. I prefer the French version, to be honest with you, but the American version is good too. Killer riffs, fucking great album. I love this album big time. So I want to kind of accumulate, have Eros de Le Monde or whatever it's called. I have that one coming, that from Shadow Kingdom, but that won't get here till Friday. So that's one that I ticked off the list. So I'm getting close to completing that whole thing there. All right, what else we got here? I may have shown this last time. I can't remember whether it was in or not, and I'm too lazy to go back and watch my own bullshit, so I didn't check. But starting to pull some Abagor in. I think I did show this one from the Twilight Kingdom, Nocthyman. Man, what a killer album! I don't like everything from Abagor. There's a lot that I'm kind of iffy on, but this one is killer. There's 4 or 5 other ones. I have Leitmotif. What is it? Satan? No, what's it called? Lucifer. Leitmotif Lucifer. I have that one. So yeah. And then from Shadow Kingdom, I've really been digging this band, man. Really been in thrash mode. I got all 3 Sacrifice albums of the old Sacrifice albums. So we've got Forward to Termination. I got a shirt of this too, which is killer. We got Soldiers of Misfortune. Got a shirt of this as well from Shadow Kingdom. And then the first one here, Torment in Fire. So I really like Rob's voice. There's something about his voice that's really fucking killer. So haven't dug super deep into these yet, but these are Shadow Kingdom reissues. No clue when they came out. A couple years ago, I think. Great fucking Canadian thrash, technical thrash, something like that. Really killer stuff. Hold on one sec here. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh. So this one I got from Brazil, and the guy told me it was going to be like 60 days before it showed up. I'm like, I wish you would have told me that before I ordered it, but turned out it was only about 2 weeks, if that. Slipcase version, very hard to find this anywhere, like regularly priced that it's not crushing. And this is my favorite album by this band, but you're going to hear more about this band because Dennis and I are going to be doing a Forgotten Metal Gems on this band and Anthem, probably the end of June, maybe early July. It's just with all my traveling and then getting sick and stuff, we had to sort of postpone some of that planning. But Lizzie Borden, Love You to Pieces. I love this album, man. God, it's so fucking good, man. Counsel for the Cauldron, Psychopath, Save Me. Oh, Save Me, so goddamn good. Red Rum, Love You to Pieces. Flesh Eater, Warfare, Godiva, and that's got some demos on here and some live stuff too. So absolutely killer album by Lizzie Borden. I totally fucking love this album. And I got into Lizzie Borden because I'm old, way back when, I think it was 86's Menace to Society, which I picked up on OG vinyl recently. But this one, trying to find this on vinyl was like $60+, and I don't do that, man. I don't do that for OG vinyl. If I can find it for 30 or 20 to 30, and it's in good shape, I'll pick it up. But $60 for, I don't need OG that much. That's Dennis OG Press's gig, not mine. All right, what else we got here? Okay, took me a while to get around to these guys, and I've known about them for quite a while. But I finally picked up 2, and I'm going to definitely be grabbing 3 or 4 more. These aren't cheap to find anywhere. These are the reissues. This is the Brazilian reissue of Port Royal from Running Wild. Slipcase edition. I think did this have a poster? Nope, this one didn't either. That Sortilege album, Metamorphose, had a poster in it. And I don't know where the fuck it's at. I gotta hunt around. Maybe I took it out in my car and dropped it somewhere or something. But Port Royal, absolutely smoking album. And then a double CD of Running Wild. And actually, that's a double CD as well. Can't remember what's on here. If it's demos. Oh, some alternate versions from 2000, from 92, and re-recorded versions of a couple tracks from 2003 on Port Royal. And then Running Wild has disc 2, which has a ton of outtakes and live tracks. And man, this album, they both smoke. They both smoke hard, man. Digipack, really killer. I don't know what's going on with my fucking. Damn it. Hold on one second here. Sorry. I'm having issues with my lighting source back here. Now I can't find my remote controls. Lovely. There it is. We'll try it this way. See if that works. Come on now. I don't know why it's. Come on, there we go. All right. Sorry, I'm in the darkness for a moment here. I'll come back on. Okay. This one I may have shown. I don't remember. Oh, come the fuck on. Let's go. All right. I'm about ready to turn my light on. I did not want to do that, but I'm gonna. Give me 1 second here. I'll be right back. All right, fuck that, man. Fucking stupid TV was acting dumb as fuck. All right, I'm gonna turn it off because it's gonna be a million degrees in here. I don't know where everybody's at, but I'm in Pennsylvania and it suddenly got excruciatingly fucking hot here. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Let's see. I don't. This one I may have shown. I don't remember whether it came in before I left, but this album is a goddamn masterpiece, man. This fucking album is incredible. You'll hear more about this if you tune in on Saturday night for the Maryland Death Fest retro. But they played a lot of this album, about half of it, and man, what a fucking banger of an album! Just incredible. This band is intriguing me, and I need to get everything by them, even though I know I'm not going to like everything by them. I already know that because I've checked out stuff in the past. Lizzie Borden Grim Reaper, that's kind of one half of a dozen of one and a half dozen of the other. They're both great. I mean, I have all the Grim Reaper, I think, or at least first 4 or 3 anyways. And I now have most of the Lizzie Borden. So, okay. Finally got some Ass Fix in the fold. And Cast, what's that say? Cast One, or I'm sorry, Last One on Earth. Cast? Last One on Earth. That font tricked me. Often considered their best. They were awesome at MDF, absolutely fucking killer. But I don't know if I'm going to be. I know I won't be accumulating all their stuff. It's just not interesting enough for me to want all of it. But this one's killer. I'll probably grab the rack. Probably the first 3 or 4 are going to do it for me. And somebody let me know if you can hear the fan in the background. It's like 85 degrees in my room right now. The heat, we just got like up to 90 today, and my room holds all the heat in because it's kind of in the middle of the building. So let me know if you hear the fan. I know you can see it blowing my luscious, lovely locks away, but I just got a shower, so my hair was wet before I came live. Here's another band I've been really digging. I've known about these guys since the 80s, probably 82, 83. Oddly, I never bought any of their stuff. I never even really checked their stuff out, which is hard to believe because I was totally into neo-prog like Marillion, IQ, 12th Night, bands like that back in the late 80s, mid to late 80s. Marillion being probably one of my top 5 bands of all time. Why I never checked these guys out, I don't know, but I've been slowly starting to amass the catalog. So Eloy Dawn, Power and the Passion. I already have Ocean, Ocean 2, and I also have the green one. I can't remember the name of it. It's kind of a long title. That was my first one. Amazingly killer Pink Floydy prog out of Germany. Really cool shit. Just awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Awesome, awesome stuff. Um, yeah, Eloy, man. If you like Pink Floyd, you like neo prog. They're not even neo prog because they're a '70s band. So neo prog is a stupid thing that I said there. I don't know why I said that, but not neo prog. So there you go, prog, '70s prog. All right, this is a pickup, a $2.99 pickup from Amoeba out in San Francisco. Gene Loves Jezebel. This album is called Heavenly Bodies. I think I actually own this in a box set. After I heard the album, I'm like, wait a minute, I think I own this. But man, I love this band. Alternative, gothy a little bit. Really cool rock, like kind of in that not so much Sisters of Mercy, but maybe a little bit the Mission UK vibes. But a little bit cooler, a little bit more alternative radio friendly, maybe perhaps. I love this band, man. I love Kiss of Life and Desire and this one, and there's another one I'm forgetting the name of. Ah, shit. Over the Rooftops has Over the Rooftop. That might be Desire. I forget the name of it. I'd have to pull it out. But I do have a box set, and I suddenly realized, oh shit, I think I have this. So whatever, $3. Great, great stuff from the '80s, late '80s. That's probably '80. That might be '90. Yeah, this is 92. 92. Weird band because they've kind of split into a bunch of factions and things have gotten like there's two brothers, Jay Aston and can't remember the other dude's name. Can't remember it. And they became two bands. And it's very confusing now to follow them. So, yeah, Crimson Glory, you bet, dude. One of the greatest albums ever recorded. I did it first. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding, Marty. But no, we did Dennis and I did we did do the whole catalog. We barely talked about Astronomico. It's not worth talking about much. Not a very good album, but yeah, we did Forgotten Metal Gems. Number 3 was on Crimson Glory. I do like Ozric Tentacles, but I have not followed them in 15 years. I have no idea what they're doing, but I do own a huge portion of their early albums, probably 8 to 10 CDs. My favorite was Waterfall Cities. Arborescence is great. If you like that hippie jam, gong sort of stuff, which we're going to talk about gong shortly, it's great stuff. So, yeah. I'm down to one last Sabbath album I need for the collection because I picked this up. And I had this on cassette many, many years ago. It got lost 20 years, 25 years ago. Never repicked it up. But damn. Black, yeah, 7 star. Fucking, this was supposed to be Tony Iommi's solo album. And the label wanted the name Sabbath on it. It still sounds very Sabbathy because Sabbath to me will always be Tony, man. I mean, Tony and Geezer are the backbone of the sound of the band. Tony in particular, obviously. This fucking album rips, man. A lot of great fucking heavy killer riffs. Yeah, there's some synths on there. I think Claude Schnell was on this maybe or something like that. I don't remember if it was Claude Schnell or one of the guys from Yngwie's band. What was that? Johansson or whatever. Oh, Jeff Nichols. Sorry, Jeff Nichols. But yeah, fucking majorly killer album, man. Majorly killer album, man. All right. This one, I can't really say I know much about it. I bought it for like $5 on Discogs because the singer of this band sings on an album by Chris Vrenna and a project he did back in the early 2000s called Tweaker. And I really love this guy's voice, so I need to listen to it to give you any idea about it. But Melodrone is the name of the band, and the album is called Box. Kind of an odd naming, really, really weird. But yeah, very cool vocals, very alt rock, kind of indie rock, as far as what I've heard so far. But I couldn't tell you much more about it. After Jimmy and I did back in April, late April, we did what was that, early May? I think it was late April. We did the Ruins of Beverast deep dive. I've been slowly accumulating both vinyl. I have most of the vinyl, although I don't have this one on vinyl. I think I'm missing 2 vinyls and 3 CDs. Slowly accumulating Ruins of Beverast. So this, or maybe I have all but 2 of the CDs. So I don't think I have Blood Vault or Blood Vaults. What's the other one I don't have? The second one, I think. I think. Oh, I don't have the one with the I have it on vinyl, but I don't Exuvia. I don't have that on CD either. But the Foul Semen of a Sheltered Elite, man, this album is fucking dense, and heavy, and God, so good, man. Yeah, this isn't an everyday listen though. It's not that kind of a band. So didn't even open this, but this is a Soundgarden purchase. I think I only bought 2 CDs at Soundgarden. It was mostly vinyl, and I bought no CDs at Maryland Death Fest. Like I said, you'll have to check in Saturday to see the shirts, although I'm wearing one of the shirts that I got. Christian Woman Typo. Been wanting a Typo negative shirt. I'm sticky with sweat forever, and I finally found one that I really totally jived with. This is the last 2020, maybe 21. Paradise Lost album, Obsidian, and I think they're dropping a new one very soon, actually. Or if not, they recorded a new one. I can't remember which it is. I think they're getting ready to drop one soon. But yeah, I needed this, and I need Medusa yet to have them all. So can't tell you what that sounds like, because other than a little bit of quick prospecting on YouTube, I don't know. May have shown these next few, I just don't remember. Stargazer, I think I might have, now that I think of it. This is what's the really long name one? Emerging to the Boundless. Emerging to the Boundless. This is Australian tech, thrash, a little bit of death in there. I have only listened to this one, and I enjoyed it, although I don't think the recording's that great. Psychic Secretions, a lot of killer riffs, a lot of atheist worship here. Some cynic worship, kind of in that vein, although a little bit more deathy, I think, in some ways, and a lot more thrashy in some ways than maybe cynic, and more on the atheist thrash side of things. I have not checked this one out. I've been told this is the best one, so we'll see. I'm looking forward to checking it out then, guys. Promulgation of the Fall from Dead Congregation. May have shown this one. And also Graves of the Archangels. Just nasty Greek death metal with some doomy stuff. A little bit of incantation, stuff like that in there. Speaking of incantation, it's kind of embarrassing. I know Marty and the guys over on Metallurgy just did a thing on Mortal Throne of Nazarene last night, their album club thing. And I have to be honest with you. Other than this album, Onward to Golgotha, I really didn't know a lot of incantation, and I never saw them till Saturday live, and they were fucking awesome. Got to meet John McEntee. What a great dude. Such a cool guy. But I had to go out and he just came in right before I left for MDF, so I know I didn't show him. Onward to Golgotha, which I think a lot of people think is their classic. Mortal Throne of Nazarene, maybe right there with Onward. And Diabolical Conquest. right up there with them, of course. And Upon the Throne of the Apocalypse. And that one, I don't know if that's not the original artwork, is it? Or is it? I thought that might be a reissued artwork thing there. But yeah, so the first four, whether I keep going, whether I need all those other ones, I don't know. Do I really? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe, but not after them anytime soon. I've kind of fulfilled my quota of incantation. Um, this is the only other CD I bought at Maryland Death. Well, at Soundgarden, and they are. This is the '95 demo. What it's called? '95 demo. I think it's called the '95 demo. Pretty bare bones, man. Not even there's not even a fucking lyric sheet or a slip thing in here. It's just bare bones stuff from Relapse here. Pretty lame, but the music's great. This just came out, and I believe it's their '95 demo. I think that's what it's called. Wolves in the Throne Room, by the way. This I got at the Enslaved show in New York. This was the band that opened for them. They are called the Infinity Ring, and Ataraxia is the name of the album. And what they reminded me an awful lot of was a more how do I put it? If anybody knows Calexico, the band Calexico, they're kind of like a Calexico. Sorry. Sorry about that. They're kind of like a country is the wrong word, but Tex-Mexy, Mexicali sort of Calexico version of Godspeed You Black Emperor, which, by the way, is one of the shows I'm hoping to hit towards the end of June. It's sold out, but I'm hoping I can grab a ticket for it, through StubHub or something like that, a cheap one. So yeah, this is called the Infinity Ring. Really cool, very dreamy, ethereal. The vocalist sounds like a cross between Peter Murphy of Bauhaus and maybe Andrew Eldritch of Sisters of Mercy, kind of that vibe. It has a Sisters of Mercy 80s kind of vibe to it. Very cool. Ataraxia, the Infinity Ring. But I haven't gotten deep into that one. Here's one I've been after forever and finally got it, and I know I didn't show this. Mark Hollis's lone solo album. Mark Hollis being of Talk Talk. Talk Talk, one of my favorite bands of all time. His album's heartbreakingly beautiful. It's the only one he did solo. Only one he did. Okay, a couple more. Two more Amoeba pickups. Bruce Coburn, I think is a 299er. This is an 84 album called Stealing Fire. It's got that song If I Had a Rocket Launcher, which props to Zelensky, man. Go fucking go, motherfucker. Kill that bitch Putin. Get those motherfuckers. I feel bad for the Russian people, but not that bad. So, Zelensky, you got my vote, bro. All right. That's all my political posturing I'll throw out there. Bruce Coburn, Stealing Fire. But If I Had a Rocket Launcher is on here, and Lovers in a Dangerous Time, Dustin Diesel. I had this on cassette, Lost to the Sand of Times. Really, really cool. Canadian singer, songwriter, rock, but not heavy. Not heavy rock, more radio rock in a weird way, but kind of cool radio rock. Canadian radio rock. All right. One of the bands that I've been meaning to do a big thing on, but probably is going to be me by myself, which is why I've been reluctant to dig down deep into it, because it's going to be a fair amount of work, and I got a lot to listen to, especially if I would do sorry guys. Man. Still a little rough. One of the bands I want to dig down deep into and do a deep dive on is The Church. And The Church is an Aussie band from the 70s and 80s, late 70s, mostly 80s. They had the song Under the Milky Way Tonight. That was a big, giant hit. But they have so many killer tracks. Reptiles on that album, so good. But they have a lot of side projects or band member side projects. So this is an early Marty Wilson Piper album. Got it for $7.99. I'm surprised I spent that on that. I thought it was $2.99. Well, oh well. I read good things about this album. I like Marty's singing voice. Looks very 80s. This is 88. So it's called Art. Was it Art Rock? Art Attack. Have not listened to it yet, so we'll get there. I discovered about 3 weeks ago, that my CD player is not working. I have a 6-disc Onkyo. You can see it behind me there. And I don't know what the fuck's going on with it. I bought it used, so I guess after a year and a half it crapped out on me, but I need to see if I can get it fixed. If not, I need to buy a CD player. And buying a new CD player, very expensive, and I was looking for a replacement for that, not cheap. So that kind of bums me out. I've been listening to a lot of vinyl the last 2 weeks. Finally got this back in the collection. I had it as a cassette, needed it on CD because I have everything but We Care a Lot, which I don't care about and won't own. Not a Chuck guy. This album is fucking killer, dude. Oh, man. Kindergarten, Land of Sunshine, Caffeine, Midlife Crisis, Midnight Cowboy, Jizzlobber. Awesome album. Awesome album. Okay, last two are two of each band. I finally am closing in on finishing out my Emperor collection. I never owned this. I kind of wish it wasn't this cheesy ass little, I don't know, fucking cheap ass wallet fold thing that they've gone to, but beggars can't be choosers. They played on here. They played With Strength I Burn. Right? No, wait. That's not right. Curse You All Men. I'm sorry. Yeah. And there's a bonus track on here, an Ulver remix of Sworn, which I have not heard before, so I need to dig into that. And then I went and grabbed the Wrath of the Tyrant and the Emperor EPs on this joint. Never owned either of these either, so it's kind of weird that I'm just finally getting around to these. But seeing Emperor twice this past month was, goddamn, it was fucking amazing, man. Fucking amazing. All right, I might have shown these. I don't remember. If I did, sorry. These are the last two CDs. Then we'll do the vinyl quick. This is a Season in Blasphemy Mayhem. It's a triple box set from 2000 2007. And it's got Ordo, Ad Chaos, Chimera, and Grand Declaration of War. I've been really starting to get into these guys. I spent a long time not liking them, but I kind of figured out I was being stupid. And, of course, I dropped this case, so the whole thing's falling apart. And you can't find those easily out there to replace them. But if I had a dime for every broken case I have, I'd be a millionaire. And then lastly, Damon, however you pronounce it, which was their last album in 2019. Apparently they're starting to talk about recording a new one, but I don't know. Do they really need to? I don't know. This band has a lot of high-profile press and love for a band that's only put like 6 albums out. Put a ton of live shit and some EPs, I guess, but it's kind of crazy. So, all right, that's all the CDs. Whoop, hold on. Mouse was running up my ass. Oh, last thing I wanted to get into before I show that are CD related was this. So I ordered some stuff, which I'm going to show you in a minute here from, God damn, man. My hair is going fucking wild. What is going on here? There we go. Whatever. I ordered 2 albums and a shirt from this distro, and man, I am super fucking impressed by them. Um, and this came along with with the order, and unfortunately, fucking hey, man, hold on. There we go. All right, this came along with the order, and I was pretty blown away by it. This is Darkness Shall Rise Productions, German underground label since 2015. Man, they do killer work, and this is basically a zine for a lot of the bands that they're reissuing stuff from, and it is absolutely unbelievable. High gloss, really extremely well done. It's a sampler, a CD sampler, 2 CDs. Let's see, 10, 10, 20 tracks. This was a freebie, I guess you could call it. This includes stuff like Kill the Lord, Old Wayne's, Tubal Cain, Obsidian Scapes, Azkatem, Hersher, Fessus, Ulvenhunger, Avanas, Thrimmer, Master's Hammer, Gehenna, Unleashed, Merciless, Behemoth, Samael, Niflheim, Thou Shalt Suffer, Necromantia, and Desultory. Man, you want to talk about a great way to get people to buy your product. This is it right here, man. This thing is unbelievable. Check it out. Just amazing. Amazing, man. I mean, that's, now the CDs are kind of weirdly stuck in there. They're on these little nubs on here. So I don't know how well this will travel, but I'll just put them in CD cases. But Darkness Shall Rise, man. Newsletter, Winter 2025. So absolutely incredible. I don't know if they do this with other CDR or CDs. They're pressed CDs, by the way. I don't know if they do that with have been doing that with other iterations, but man, I need to order from them more often. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? We're getting to vinyl. This just arrived today because the first version of it that I got a month ago was damaged. Jonathan Holton, The Eyes of the Living Night, came out in January. He is Jonathan Holton. If you don't know, he was one of the main songwriters in Tribulation. His stuff now, his solo stuff, is very neo folky, doom folk, maybe dream folk, maybe dream pop folk. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's fantastic. I love this album. No doubt this album is going to be on a year-end list for me. Where, I don't know, but absolutely fantastic. My first copy of it showed up with it all bent and fucked up thanks to Amazon, but this one, they did it right. It's good. So, oh shit. Okay, hold on. We'll leave those two till last. All right, so this is quite a bit. Oh, I'll start with this one. This is the only vinyl I bought out at Amoeba, and I felt really lucky to run into it. This is not the price I paid for it that's on the oh, there's another sticker that shows the price I paid for it. I had this on cassette, original, OG, way back when, and I lost it to the sands of time. An original Loudness, The Law of Devil's Land from 1983. Roadrunner, it's got some skippers in it. I was a little disappointed in that. I'll have to try and clean it, but I got a bad feeling these are not going to be cleanable. This in good shape goes, and by the way, the jacket's in great shape. It did not come with an insert that we could figure out, but jacket's in great shape. The album looks great, but it's definitely got some skippers on one of the songs. What the fuck? great album, man. Fucking great album. I love this album. So, uh, yeah, had it on OG cassette. Lost it to the sands of times. Probably when my storage unit was repossessed back in 2021. I don't remember if it was in that. I think it might have gotten stolen before that. I paid $17.99 for it in minty shape. This thing's like a $60, $70, $50, $60 album. But, you know, I wouldn't have paid that much for it. But at $17.99, I was in. That was the only vinyl I got in San Francisco. These are most of the vinyl I got at Soundgarden, and a lot of them are just cheapos, and they're great. They're great albums. Gord Lightfoot, if you know me, I love me some Gord. Have a lot of his stuff on CD, but this one here is called Dream Street Rose. It's got Ghosts of Cape Horn on it. Dream Street Rose, On the High Seas. I just love Gord. He's a great storyteller. This one's in great shape. $3, $3.99, all day, man, all day. Okay, this one was a little more than. That's not the right sticker on there. Another one of my favorites that nobody would know about. I do not have this on CD, and that's why I grabbed it. I think I paid $5.99 for it. Joe Jackson, Night and Day. I love Joe Jackson, especially the early '80s and early '90s. Joe Jackson. I have most of his stuff on CD. Up through about 2009, 2010, when I kind of lost track of and interest in. But the jacket's in perfect shape, minty shape. The album plays great. Yeah, Joe Jackson. This has probably his biggest hit, Stepping Out, on it. But it's also got Real Men, Breaking Us Into, Always Something Breaking Us Into. Love that track. Chinatown's on here. Stepping Out, Another World. Great album, man. Great fucking album. He's still putting stuff out, I think, and he's got to be 70-ish or older. So, Joe Jackson, Night and Day. Or Day and Night. Night and Day. Sorry. What else? Oh, my buddy Chuck sent this along. I know nothing about it. I have not paid attention to Crocus in a very long time. It's cut out, obviously. But he threw it in with my Loudness album, so I got to check that out. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. Okay, I know I showed that. Okay, there we go. Hold on. These are a little bit mixed up. These are not things I got at Soundgarden. Oh, there's that one. Okay, sorry. This finally came in. John Carpenter's Lost Themes. Might have showed this on the last one. I don't remember if I had gotten it in or not. Super cool, green, foresty green. Love John Carpenter's stuff. I don't want to collect all of them, but I wanted a couple of them. This is a cool variant. Green with black smoke in there. Yeah, John Carpenter. You know, he did a lot of the soundtracks to his own movies. Halloween, The Fog, you name it. It's that synthy, cool, spaced out, really weird shit. Yeah, Sacred Bones. If I paid too much for this, I think I did show this because I mentioned there's a 7-inch too with it that came along with it. I think I did show this now I think of it. Cruising with Mr. Scratch, Dominator. Haven't listened to this yet. Splatter Clear. Pretty cool. Kind of pricey. This one was honestly kind of pricey. I think this was pushing $40. I don't know that I'll do that again. We'll see. But all right. John Carpenter. What else? Got this when I went to see Testament. I've been to Soundgarden a bunch lately, dropping a lot of money there. Couldn't say no to the price. This is a gray black marble. Cirith Ungol, their latest, which I do not have. Dark Parade, but I've heard it's really good. For $15, it's used, but it's pretty much brand new. But these are a dime a dozen, so no biggie there. All right, this just came in the other day. I haven't even opened it. I don't know if anybody is familiar with this band. It's called Hangman's Chair. They're out of France. I think I read somewhere that they just recently broke up. This is their 2022 album called The Loner. A Loner, I'm sorry. I decided to grab this. Kind of grungy shoegazy, but deathy with harshy vocals. So that's kind of the best I can give you. I've not listened to this yet, like on the player. Um, the Nuclear Blast, light blue, black marbled. Again, I haven't opened it, but it looks like I must have somehow torn a chunk of this away. So it's going to be open tonight. So I re-sleeve it. Okay. Ah, man, one of my favorite albums of all time. I sprang for this, although I didn't pay what they wanted on websites. I found it on eBay for a very reasonable price, $32. John Coltrane's Blue Train. This is the double album version. This is the Tone Poet. Tone. Sorry. This is a Blue Note reissue, the Tone Poet series. I'll open this one up. Black vinyl, unbelievable thick cardstock. I mean, like you could hammer a nail with this shit. Really nice inserts. Blue Note. Let's see. Is there any? It's got a book in here, basically, or a booklet with pics, recording data, and a poem, I believe. Why it's called the Tone Poem series. With the story in there. So yeah, they do have a new album out, Nate, but I think they broke up. If I read recently on their Instagram or their Facebook page, I'm pretty sure they said they were not going to tour and that they're splitting up after this album. Could be wrong. I like the new album, but this one here was one that Nick, Necrotic Nick, told me to check out, and I did, and I dug it, and then I saw it on Amazon when I was getting some other shit, like house stuff for the house and things, and I snagged it for like $18 for a double vinyl. Like, yeah, I'm all in on that, man. Here's the only album I bought at MDF from a band, and that is Black Curse, Endless Wound, the very first one. I also bought a shirt from them, which you'll see if you tune in Saturday. What the fuck? Oh. I believe this is Tank, or is this? No. This is Misako Unoho, or whatever it's called. I think it is, isn't it? Oh, Sepulchral Voice. Yeah, I think it's Sepulchral Voice. I didn't know that's what the back of it looked like. I didn't even look. Let me see something there. Really didn't dig into this. You're seeing what I'm seeing for the first time. Oh, there's the jacket. No insert, looks like. Saw these guys at MDF. Tune in Saturday to find out what I thought. Mind bending. That's. I will start there. Yeah. So this is the only one. This is the only album I bought there. I did really want to get Dusk's Majestic Thou in Ruin, but I didn't want to carry it around at the show. At the end of the night, I got a little bit lit up. Forgot to go back to grab it. So I did order that from Shadow Kingdom here. Should be here tomorrow or the next day. All right, this is the most expensive thing I bought of all the stuff I've accumulated here. I bought this at Soundgarden. Angel's Egg by Gong. If you don't know who Gong is, 70s trippy, well, 60s even, trippy, dippy, hippie, prog, weird, out there, super, stoner, acid drenched, psychedelic, awesome stuff. Amazing album. Angel's Egg Gong. This is an OG from Virgin. It is in good shape as far as the sound. A little bit of crackles and pops because you're talking about an album that's from 1975, so over 40 years old. But it's not bad at all. The OG, in center ring. It does have a bit of a. I'm not going to take it out because this is a sealable one, but the other side of the center ring here has a little bit of water. Somebody, maybe laid a drink on it or something. It doesn't have the ring or anything. It just has a little bit of bubbling, but it's not bad. Um, yeah, Blast Beats had it. Well, which one? The new one, or I know the new one was at. They had it at Dark Descent. I will look, but I didn't see it there when I looked last time. But as far as Majestic, I got it. The olive green one that was limited to 200, I think. They had some of those at the gig, and by the way, I should mention that I believe the guys from Thou, I believe some of the guys from Dusk are going to come on Gas Mask soon because we're going to get back to interviews. I just had a lot of traveling and a lot of shit to do, and I just wasn't really feeling. I wasn't feeling the need to do a lot on here. We're also going to get that Sabotage deep dive dialed in, and Dennis and I are going to do the Forgotten Metal Gems. So we're ramping back up slowly but surely. Sorry, my head's starting to shut down. We'll get back to it. We're going to get back to some of the better content other than just live videos and just collection updates, which are cool, but whatever. I got about 7 or 8 left here. This is I was surprised when I grabbed this. I was like, oh yes, it's probably the worst sounding album that I bought. I think I got it for $5.99. Elton John, Blue Moves. Man, I love this fucking album. So freaking good. The only and the thing is in immaculate shape. A little bit of ring wear down at the bottom there, but not bad at all. Maybe a little bit up at the top here. The only issue is it's got a little tape mark here. Why people would do that, I don't get. Why would you tape that? Fucking stupid. But anyway. And then the first album has a lot of scratch on it. But nice inserts. I'm sorry, the jackets, insert jackets. I love Elton John from the 70s. Don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about it. Could care less if you're not a fan of Elton or you are. That's your business, not mine. I love the 70s Elton John. It's formative to my musical upbringing. I love Yellow Brick Road. I love Don't Shoot the Piano Player. I love Tumbleweed Junction. I mean, you name it. Fucking Madman Across the Water is one of my favorite songs in and of itself. I love the album. Elton John, 70s, can do no fucking wrong. And this was, I believe, his last album of the 70s, maybe? 76. No, it wasn't. Nah, he did one or two after this. I have one or two more to grab from him from the 70s era. I have most of it on CD. That's actually my first album vinyl. But one of the very first songs I ever learned to play on guitar, Love Lies Bleeding. Wait, I get them usually from YouTube. Or not YouTube. Amazon. Let me see what these ones are here. These I got from Amazon the other day. Oh. I don't love these. I like the other ones that I got better, but I couldn't remember the name of them. But these are audio, Boundless Audio. I think I got 50 for. These are from Australia, actually. I think I got 50 for like $20 maybe, or a little less. So I tried these out. They have, like, instead of the felt back here, the rice paper, they have more like a solid plastic backing. I don't, on these older albums, I don't typically throw one of them in one of those because what's the point? It's the newer stuff that, and the colored stuff that I tend to do. All right, I was looking for this jacket and I found it. Um, I don't care if you laugh. Don't give a shit. You can, but whatever. But I come from the 70s, and I love this band in the 70s. This is an 80s release, I believe, or 70s. No, this would be a 70s. It's probably 79, 80 maybe 80. Let's see. 78. So this is Pieces of Eight by Styx, and I got one other Styx album to show. $3.99, man, or $2.99. Was it $2.99? $3.99. $3.99. $4 all day, man. Sounds great. Got great songs on it, man. This one has freaking one of my favorite Styx songs of all time is on this one. Queen of Spades by J.Y. James Young. Pieces of Eight is great. Renegade's great. Blue Collar Man's great. What do we got else on here? Great White Hope's killer. Sing for the Day. Lord of the Ring and The Message, man. This is a great fucking album, man. 70s Styx. Blow it out your ass if you don't like it. I don't care. I love 70s Styx. And speaking of 70s Styx, there's another one here. Fuck. Hold on. Sorry. Equinox. It's in upside down. I don't know how I did that, but Styx Equinox, which I believe was 75. Maybe. Doesn't say. 75 or 76. No, because 76 was 77 was Grand Illusion. So this might be 75. Yeah, it's 75. Grand Illusion might have been 76 or right on the verge of 77. I have Grand Illusion on CD. These were $3.99. There was no way I was going to say no to these. I mean, you got Light Up, Lorelei, Midnight Ride, Born for Adventure, and Sweet Madam Blue, man. Sweet Madam Blue is another one of my early guitar songs that I learned when I was a preteen, starting to take up the guitar. All right. Jeff Beck with Jan Hammer, with the Jan Hammer group, excuse me. This one is just called with the Jan Hammer group Live. I like Jeff Beck. I don't own a lot of Jeff Beck, and the price was right on this at $3.99. I said, hell yeah, we getting some damn Jeff Beck in the collection. This one was a last second run into. I was gonna leave, but I was showing Jimmy something, and we went back to look in the Mahogany Rush section and the M's, and this was in there, and I almost fell over. This is Project Driver, with Tommy Aldridge, Tony McAlpin, Rob Rock, rather, and Rudy Sarzo, man. Killer fucking shit. Look at that. Shrapnel. It's in perfect shape. No noise. The fucking, I can't believe this was only $14.99. This might be my best acquisition of the whole thing, man. Silver label. Shrapnel. I'll pay $15 for that all fucking day, every day. Although, of course, Dennis had to tell me he got his at a pawn shop for $2. So, if you're watching, Dennis, all right. I may have shown these last one of these last ones. I may have shown this already. I think I did. Testament, Practice What You Preach. I think that had come in right before I left. But I'm slowly accumulating the early Testament on vinyl because they're reissuing them, and they sound great and they look great. So I got this along with the Dark Parade. We're down to 5 albums, by the way, guys. I got this at Soundgarden along with the Kira Thungal, and little by little, because it ain't easy to find, Boards of Canada, I believe, is a 2013 reissue from the original 2000. This is the EP, A Beautiful Place in the Country, out in the country. Only 4 tracks, but it's Boards, man. Boards, one of my favorite things of all time is Boards of Canada. So had to go for that. This one here, man, this is gorgeous. Look at that. I'll check the chat in a minute. My glasses are bugging my eyes. Steve Von Till's latest solo album. I love Steve Von Till. I love his solo stuff quite a bit. This is a beautiful album. Kind of Nick Cave soundtracky, like, in a lot of ways. It's just beautiful, man. Serene, meditative. Just, yeah. It's called Alone in a World of Wounds. Alone in a World of Wounds. Very killer. If you don't know who Steve Von Till is, I can't help you. You should. Neurosis, obviously. And this one I ran into kind of by accident, and I put it back. I ran into it when I went down for Testament, and I held off. And it was there still when I went down for MDF a week or so later. I was like, yeah, that thing wants me to buy it. That thing wants me to buy it. I'm going to show this one. This is a used copy of a reissue of the album Mardrum by Enslaved. Complete with embossed jacket, gatefold. Really, really nice insert. Thick cardboard insert. And that's nice. Jacket, rather. I'm sorry, jacket. And then a lot of stuff on there. And then the vinyl looks like this. So I had to get that one. And I haven't even gotten a chance to listen to it. That's why it's still sitting inside the record jacket. But these will be re-sleeved tonight after we get done. And then the last two. And I have a little gift for anybody that wants the gift at the end. But the reason that I bought something from Darkness Shall Rise, where they reissued these albums. Gehenna. This is First Spell. It's on a beautiful smoky gray splatter galaxy thing. Or what do they call it? They call it black white ice. And then Second Spell, Seen Through the Veils of Darkness. Really cool blood red, or maybe dark, what's that, scarlet red with, I'm sorry, it's kind of a purplish, actually, purple running through it, but it's red and when you look at it in the light, and they call that Galaxy Transparent Red Black Vinyl. So this one was limited to 500. This one to 500 as well. These are fucking amazing reissues. I'm only going to show you the one because I don't feel like putting all that stuff together, but it's not a gatefold, but what it comes with is incredible. These weren't cheap, by the way, but so what? Killer poster. Which I never hang these up. It's kind of dumb, but I just never do. And an amazingly wonderful booklet with photos and lyrics and just haunting as hell. For anybody that doesn't know Gehenna, well, I got a present for you, so get ready. First come, first serve. In a moment here. Get ready to screenshot this, or you'll have to go back. So, oh, come on, Jeff. Jesus, balls. Dropping this shit everywhere. Come on, man. Yeah, these are absolutely stunning reissues. They are the second presses, but, you know, an original I'm not going to pay an original OG for this unless I'd run into something crazy, you know, crazy cheap. But they're not cheap. These were not cheap. They were 35 a piece, somewhere in that range probably. Um, and I gotta put this. Oh, that's never mind. Um, so here we go. You ready? This is for first spell. There's for second spell. You redeem them at Bandcamp for lossless audio for those. And let me grab my phone here. And check a couple things here. Sorry. Yeah, so there you go. That's the haul. There are a few things still coming. I have the new Marissa Nadler on order. That doesn't come out until August. I have, God, what else is coming out that's new and imminent? Shit. Kind of blanking out. I know I ordered a couple things, but not a lot. The new Phil Tugas album, I can't pronounce the name of that thing. I think that comes out in July. Zacrodilius or something like that. I got the Dusk LP coming. I got a Metal Church tee coming. A Sortilege CD coming. Maryland Death Fest tee coming. A Killer Triumph tee coming. And by the way, I don't know if people saw it, and most of you people won't care or don't really know who this really is, but Triumph is back, at least for one show. 2/3 of the band are performing on tomorrow, I think, at a hockey game. Rick Emmett and Gil Moore are doing a live thing with Phil X and some other people in the band, billed as a Triumph return. And if you know me, you know I love my Triumph, man. I love Rick Emmett, love Triumph. So would be nice if they would do a tour. I would love to go see that, but who knows if that'll happen. Anybody got any questions? I'm not going to get into MDF stuff because we're going to do that on Saturday night extensively. We're going to go over, top surprises, disappointments. There were one or two, one in particular, which I've already kind of talked about. What else? I think that's it. If the trip out to San Francisco was incredible, very quick, very whirlwind. I drank a lot. That's probably why I got sick. I'm not a heavy drinker generally, and I wasn't a heavy drinker during all this, but I was a consistent drinker, shall we say, throughout my trip to West to San Francisco and my trip to Baltimore. I typically, when I'm going to concerts and I got to drive, though, I don't really drink. If I have more than two or three, I find a place to go eat and I sit still and don't go out. There's a lot of fun stories and wild stuff to share, what I can, that is, at MDF. Nothing crazy. We didn't sacrifice children or, cut up a goat and drink its blood. Nothing crazy as that. I didn't have a harem of 42 hookers in my room, and I didn't do eight balls of blow or anything crazy like that. Thought about it, but I didn't. No, just kidding. But we had some good fun nights. I will say this, that if you're planning to go to MDF, it is a bit of an endurance test. I saw a funny meme that I'm going to include in my photo montage. that really explained it exactly on the MDF Facebook page, and it beats the hell out of you, man. It really does, especially if you're almost 60 years old like I am, and you've got some health challenges. It kicks your ass. So you know, you need to pace yourself. You need to realize that you're gonna be bloody and bruised when you get back down. Not bloody for real, but you're gonna be beat the hell up. It is going to take its pound of flesh out of you. And yeah, so absolutely had the time of my life this month. I wish I hadn't gotten sick. Really wish I hadn't gotten sick. It's it's kicked my ass pretty hard. I held off on doing the retrospective episode until this Saturday because I just was not feeling well enough. My head was, so congested I couldn't breathe. I use a CPAP because I have apnea, like mild apnea, and they wanted me to go on it because I was waking at night. And man, I could not even wear that thing for days because I couldn't breathe. Um, so yeah, New Catatonia. I don't know, man. Wade, it sounds a lot like the old Catatonia, which is good and bad. It's good and bad. I like Catatonia. I like that era of Catatonia a lot, but I'm kind of with Anders. I'm kind of tired of the same old, everything from Night is the New Day has kind of sounded very samey, man. Great songs. There's some good songs. I'm going to work to see if I can get Jonas or one of the other new guys that's in Catatonia now because I don't know any of these guys. I think the drummer's the longest tenured guy now. But I'm going to work to get one of those guys on. Of course, if they see this, they won't come on, but that's not true. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just felt like it sounded pretty similar to what I'm used to with those guys already. And I don't know. That isn't exactly a great thing to me. I'm not saying that anything bad about the new Catatonia. I've only heard, I think, 2 tracks, and it sounded good. It sounded like Catatonia has sounded for years, and that's okay. But I do think that the kind of the shelf date on that sound is kind of I'm kind of wearing out on it a little bit, just a little bit. It's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great. Jonas is a great singer. They always have a really cool vibe to the music, and I really did like Sky Void of Stars quite a bit more than I liked the last 2 or 3 before it. I was not a huge fan of Fall of Hearts and the one after it, and the Dead End Kings was kind of eh. I think the last album I really thoroughly enjoyed by them, like big time, was uh, first time I saw them. What the hell is it called? The one with July on it. The Great Cold Distance. Great Cold Distance. Love that album, and I love everything before it. Of course, Brave Murder Day is one of my favorite albums of all time from that genre, and it's certainly my favorite of theirs. Viva Emptiness, I love. Last Fair Deal, I love. Discouraged Ones, I love. So, I mean, I'm not Tonight's Decision. I don't love. That's the one album of theirs I'm kind of on from that era. But Dance. I'm also not the biggest fan of Dance, to be honest with you. It's all right. I don't love it. But yeah, it's this new one just didn't blow me away, and I was kind of hoping it would. But it sounds a lot like Dark Sky Void. So, I think that's pretty much it. Anybody got anything they want to get off their chest? I didn't see any. We didn't see any fucking, or at least I'm not seeing it on my side. Did we have any interlopers? People that hate me because I'm sucking off the government, man. Never mind. I paid into that system since I was 15 years old. Do we have any of those guys in the chat that I can't see? when I got back from Maryland Death Fest, I posted something. I think I might have been it was probably the Cult of Fire video, and this guy that likes to recently come in here and shit all over me for being ripping the taxpayers off. I paid into that system, fucker. Oh, is he creeping? He's creeping now. I don't see your shit, dude. I don't care about your shit, and neither do the people that that come and like my stuff. You're such a cunt, dude. Just go eat a eat a bottle of Xanax. Just do something. Get out of here. By the way, your boy today, your two boys, Elon and Trump. Woo! Woo! Ho ho! Imagine Trump's in the Epstein files. You got to be kidding me. I just don't believe it. Anyway, William, whoever you are, I've been told it's not William, that's some other clown. I don't believe it. But he left a comment for me when I got back from MDF and was sick and posted this shit. He's like, "You don't seem very sick, ripping off the taxpayers, or looks like." And I said, "You know what this looks like? It looks like I'm coming all over your mom's face. That's what it looks like." And he removed the comment, which I thought was kind of funny. So, William, pumping vinyl, whatever, dude. Get a fucking life. Go away, man. Nobody here wants you. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants to like you. Nobody cares about you. We wouldn't care if you disappeared, bro. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Any legitimate people that watch my stuff got any quick questions for me about any of the stuff that I showed there, any of the stuff that's upcoming? Like I said, Saturday night, 10 o'clock, we're doing the Baltimore Death Fest retrospective Baltimore Carnage episode, and I'm sure William will pop in, or Billiam, or Pumping Vine, or whatever, because he's just a fucking loser and has nothing better to do with his life. So you're welcome, William. You're welcome to come in and drop all your nuggets of wisdom about nothing. That's Saturday night at 10. Again, Jimmy, Wide X him, Thralls guys, John and Nick, Than and James, and there might be one or two other surprise drop-ins. The Dennis episode of Forgotten Metal Gems, where we're dipping into most of the Lizzie Borden and a good portion of the Anthem catalog, so it'll be just those two bands, but it's like 12 albums. I'm hoping to do that last week of June, or maybe first week of July, depending. My daughter's coming home from Nashville in June, the first week of June, so I probably won't be around much for that because I'm going to hang with her a lot. Yeah, and interviews and stuff, I'm working on a few things. Got some feelers out. The Dusk interview, as soon as I get that lined up, that'll probably be the first one that goes. Some other bigger names that are out there that I've been prospecting on. Probably maybe some pics and vids of Dragged into Sunlight, who I won't say anymore. But they're playing on the 13th in Philly, and I kind of goofed and didn't see them at MDF. I was busy partying with some of my other buddies, and I should have seen them and didn't. So they are a big draw on next Friday night. That Sunday after, I'm seeing Savage Master a night in DC. Maybe I'm not sure. Depends on how I'm feeling. But I'm definitely going on Monday night to meet up with Rick. We're gonna catch Savage Master a night in Philly at Milk Boys. So, and by the way, William, if you're around, you're welcome to stop by these shows. I'm a very approachable guy. I'm a lovable dude. Just ask any of the really wonderful people that came up to me at Maryland Death Fest how nice I was to them. I was very nice to them. You could even buy me a drink, William. I'm sure you'd love to do that. But anyways, yeah, that's about it, dudes. Yeah, the popcorn for the Trump Musk thing. Yeah, what a mess. Two fucking 14-year-olds running our country. 14-year-old billionaires who've never ever had to do a scintilla of work in their life and have never had to scrap and scrape for anything to pay a fucking bill or to feed themselves or to keep the electric on. They're running the country and telling us what we need to do, what we should be doing, and how we're parasites. Yeah. I'm a huge parasite. Just remember that, guys. Huge parasite right here. Parasite gas mask. That's what. Maybe I'll change my channel name to the Parasite Gas Mask Podcast. So I think that's it, dudes. I'm gonna dip out. Catch all you guys later.